From traveling across nations to thriving in cross country, Angola junior Isaiah Steury has had a remarkable life so far, with some incredible moments as of late. Terre Haute, Indiana, cross-country town, USA, the site of the boys' state finals. More than 200 runners wait on the starting pistol, and each one has put in countless miles to get to this point. But one kid here has traveled a bit farther than the rest.
It's just been an amazing journey that has taken me thousands of miles from my little home in Abiati, and it's just been really exciting.
Isaiah's story doesn't start with a lot of happiness or hope. His father left shortly after his birth in Ethiopia, and Isaiah's mother died of an illness during his childhood. Isaiah faced abuse and neglect after that, moving from one branch of his family to another, briefly finding safe haven under his sister's care, but even she eventually had to give him up to an orphanage.
I cried a lot, I could tell you, but now I'm strong, and because of it, and because of those experiences, I am who I am today.
Finally, in 2012, Isaiah had the opportunity to come to America, a country he hadn't known even existed, and meet the Steurys.
When we started the adoption process, we prayed that, God would bring us the right son or a daughter. And we feel like God had this all in place long before we even knew about Isaiah.
The Steurys got to spend 4 weeks with Isaiah, but it took much less time for the young boy to bond with these people who just felt like family.
I don't know, he just was just part of our family immediately.
They made me feel comfortable and loved. It's just really God putting them in the right timing and place that I may have that opportunity to be in their family.
And they weren't going to adopt him unless all of us said yes, so I said yes.
I knew right away it was a yes. Just the second I met him, his smile, I don't know, I just wanted him as a brother.
The next year, the Steurys brought their new son home.
I was just super excited, and every day I would ask the council, when are they coming, when are they coming? I know that probably was really annoying, but I was just really excited that someone actually loved me.
Isaiah certainly had some adjustments to make. He managed to learn English in just 6 months, and he had another big thing to figure out: what sport to play.
It's honestly nice to have an athletic brother too, so we can play sports together.
That's one thing, we really connected over sport.
Isaiah's brothers played baseball, so Tammy signed him up for the team.
Baseball was definitely not his thing. But he played that summer, I think, had fun.
He then moved from the diamond to the pitch to give soccer a shot.
I thought I was going to be real well unskilled, but I wasn't.
He liked it, and he kicked the ball around. Wasn't real fabulous at it, but he didn't like the running part of it, which doesn't make any sense, right? But
eventually, in 7th grade, a friend convinced Isaiah to go against his instincts and try cross country.
I never thought running would be the one for me when I hated it the most. But I realized, when I switched to cross country, it wasn't a punishment. It felt like it was something amazing.
Isaiah loved distance running, but it took a lot of work to make himself competitive, then dominant.
This wasn't just some natural, that came in and was the state champion, right away as a freshman or as a sophomore. He's really had to work towards that even becoming a possibility.
Steury did well as a freshman with one individual victory and a 38th place finish in the state finals. Last year, he took a big step forward with much better times during the regular season and a 7th place finish at state. This season, Isaiah rose to an entirely new level.
And that's Isaiah Steury from Angola, unofficially 15:25.
Heading into the final race of the season, Steury has won every single time out, most of the time by a pretty healthy margin.
He'll say that running is 90% mental. I mean, he's convinced that anybody can do what he does. He's just tougher than everybody else.
What you've been through personally, how much does that kind of fuel and support what you're doing now, knowing what you've gone through, that, hey, I can run that extra mile, it's not a big deal compared to everything else that I've seen in my life?
Yeah, that's a great point. I would say it just helps me to be better mentally prepared. I know I'm strong, and I can definitely push through anything that comes at me.
On October 31st, Isaiah takes that sharpened mind on the road, hoping to pick up one more win.
I think most people would say he's the favorite, but that doesn't mean anything. You have to go out there and do it.
Whether he wins state, comes in second, third, eighth, whatever he comes in, we're going to celebrate.
Isaiah faces two main challengers on race day, Highlands' Lucas Guerra and Carmel's Cole Matheson. The three stay together for the early part of the race. The fans in Terre Haute swarming like literal hornets to see this Angola kid reach the big milestones on the course. Isaiah's family and close friends know their most important goal, getting good real estate near the finish line. Down the final stretch, one runner emerges, and he's wearing purple. Isaiah Steury wins the individual championship in a time of 15 minutes, 23.7 seconds.
I'm so blessed. God has really been amazing in my life, and I could be a shining glory in His name. I have really no words to express how much I'm blessed to be here today.
Did you see us holding our signs along the way?
That was really, I'm sorry. I mean, I knew it was there.
Steury's ambition won't stop here. He'll have a state title to defend next year. Then he'll go on to run in college, and he hopes one day compete at the Olympics. Right now, it's hard to rule out anything for this young man. Once alone and unwanted on the other side of the world, now surrounded by love and support in Northeast Indiana.
And there's bad things in your life that can happen, but there's always greater things that's coming. So I mean, today is the best part of my life.